graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Wow. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. We have a lot of action going on in the world of baseball right now. I would love to catch you up with everything, but here is something that we are going to go to immediately. Okay, so we got the San Francisco Giants taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. It's a 1-0 Giants lead. This game is currently in the bottom of the 9th inning. We are just leading this off right now as it's 1-0. The Brewers have a runner over at third, and the count is 1-2 with 1 out to Bryce Terang. The guy that's on the mound is Keaton Wynn. And the 1-2 pitch is taken down for ball 2. So we have 6 different games going on right now at this moment in time. Actually, scratch that. There are 7 games. 7 games going on. Kyle Tucker just hit a 2-run home run for the Dodgers, and they just took a 2-0 lead in the top of the 2nd inning against the Arizona Diamondbacks. So Kyle Tucker just gave the Dodgers a 2-run lead. Back to this 2-2 pitch, and there's a strikeout in the bottom of the 9th inning for the Giants, and there's 2 away. Wow, a lot of action. The Pirates lead at 4-2. That game is in the bottom of the 5th inning out in Houston. We'll catch you up on that in just a few moments. The Cardinals lead at 5-1 against the Texas Rangers. And then in the top of the 2nd inning, the Rockies are playing against the Angels. So 2 away in the bottom of the 9th, and the Giants are 1 out away from getting their final out of the game, and the first pitch to William Contreras, and that'll be taken for a ball. We'll go over some other final scores, but wow, 7 games going on at the same time. The pitch on the way, there's a high fly ball hit out to deep left field. It's slicing foul. Contreras thought that he got all of it, and it was a foul ball. Tucker just hit his first homer since May 4th. Since May 4th. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And again, this is in the bottom of the 9th inning out in Milwaukee. Oh, man. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. That ball is lined over to Devers, and the ball game is over, and the Giants hang on and beat the Milwaukee Brewers and shut them out by a final score of 1-0, and that is how the game ends. Wow. So we just dove into this already. We just dove on into this. Wow. Unbelievable. All right, so that means that there are now 5 games left. So let's catch you up with every single one of them. So these are all the scores right now, chat. These are all the scores for this game, or for all these games going on right now. So you see that the Cubs lead at 4-2 against the A's. The Cardinals lead at 5-3 against the Texas Rangers. Both of those games are in the 7th inning. The Pirates lead at 4-2 against the Houston Astros with 2 runners on and 2 away. And then the Angels and the Rockies are scoreless, and the Dodgers lead it 2-0, and that game is in the top of the second. Let's go over to Houston, and let's see how things are going over there as Cam Smith is up to bat against Paul Skeens, who has given up 2 earned runs so far today. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the count is that to Cam Smith. The 2-2 pitch, and that's taken down for ball 3. So that'll make the count now 3-2. Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning on in. So it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. By the way, the Rockies have a runner over at second in the top of the second with 2 outs. So they're threatening the score as well. The pitch to Cam Smith, line drive, base it out to right field. 1 run's going to score. And just like that, it's a 1-run ball game out in Houston. That'll make it 4-3. Rockies couldn't get a run, so they're going to go to the bottom of the first. The Texas Rangers, we have our eyes on that game because there's 1 out and a runner over at third. And the count is 0-2 in the top of the 7th inning. Haven't yet seen who is up to bat. Riley Stanek is pitching, and Josh Young is in the box. So the Texas teams are making an impact. Paul Skeens is going to be pulled by Don Kelly. That's going to do it for him. And back out in St. Louis, a 2011 World Series rematch between the Texas Rangers and the St. Louis Cardinals. We'll go there right now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is to Josh Young, and the 1-2 pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. Every other game right now is in a break. So there's 5 games left, and this is just one of the 5. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stanek on the bump. A runner over at third. The Rangers were down in this game, and they're looking to try to wheel in another run. The 2-2, and that's down for ball 3. So the Giants game is done. Let's make sure that we put this game up over here so that way you guys can see. There we go. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the next pitch on the way, strike 3 called. Got him looking on a pitch that hit the inside corner, and there's out number 2. That is unbelievable. And so there's 2 gone in the top of the 7th. What's up, Justin? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. The Angels are currently back on as well. It's a 5-3 game, top of the 7th, 2 outs, a runner over at third, and here's Brandon Nimmo up to bat for the Texas Rangers. And the pitch is taken down for a ball. So these are all the games going on right now, chats, as you can see down below, or down above, I should say. This is what it looks like. It's 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 is the count to Brandon Nimmo, with 2 away in the top of the 7th. We just dove into the action. The pitch to Nimmo. That ball is going to be flied out over towards shallow left field. On the run is the left fielder, and I'll make the catch for out number 3. And Stanek does his job, gets out of the jam, and the Cardinals and the Rangers are going to go to the bottom of the 7th. The Astros are back on, so we're going to go back to that game right now because there's runners over at the corners for the Houston Astros. Cam Smith just hit an RBI single. Paul Skeens got taken out of the game, and Yohan Ramirez is going to come on up to pitch. And the batter is Jake Myers. And the first pitch is taken inside for ball 1. The second pitch is inside for ball 2. The Cubs also lead at 4-2 against the Athletics. That game is in the bottom of the 7th right now. Chicago has the lead. The Angels and the Rockies are scoreless. That game is also in the bottom of the 2nd with a runner over at first. And then you got the Dodgers up 2-0. That game is currently in the bottom of the 2nd. That is against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Kyle Tucker hit a 2-run shot. 2-1 pitch. Line drive. That's going to be played on the bounce by the third baseman, and the throw to second is in time. And just like that, Pittsburgh gets out of the inning. And we are going to go to the 8th inning in that game. The 6th inning in that game. 4-3 Pittsburgh. Okay. Let's check up on the Chicago Cubs. We'll do that right now. As we have a runner over at first. Pete Crow Armstrong just popped out and hit it a mile high over to short. And we have a break in the action there, so scratch that. We're not going to go to the Cubs game because that is going to go to the top of the 8th inning. We will head back to that game once it is back on. So right now, let's check up on the Angels. The Angels and the Colorado Rockies are scoreless. And that is in the bottom of the 2nd. A runner is over at first. And up to bat right now is Nick Madrigal. He is facing Michael Lorenzen for the Colorado Rockies. So you got Lorenzen on the bump. 3-1 is the count. And the pitch is going to be taken for a strike. And the next pitch is lined out over to right. And there's another base hit for the Angels. And they have runners over at first and second base with nobody out. Okay. So the Angels have 2 runners on base in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Let's go. All right. Where's everybody tuning on in from tonight? Let us know down below. If you love baseball as much as I do, this is really your thing. 2 runners on, bottom of the 2nd. We're going to go back-to-back, and we're going to put in the Texas Rangers game. It's 5-3 St. Louis in the bottom of the 7th. And up to bat is Furman. And the pitch is in there for a strike. It's 1-2 to Furman. 1-2 to Furman. And Jose Siri is going to bat for the Angels with runners over at first and second. The pitch. That's going to be taken down for a ball to Jose Siri. The next pitch to Furman, it's now 2-2. O'Neal Cruz is also up for the Pirates. Again, they lead at 4-3. The pitch to Furman, a called strike 3, and so there's 1 out there. And the pitch to Siri, that's a foul ball. So 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. The Cardinals challenge. It was a strike. And so there's out number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jose Siri in this Angels game with runners at first and second. The pitch, line drive, base hit down the third base line. The Angels are going to get started with this thing off with a bang. And they're going to get an RBI double from Jose Siri to make it 1-0. And that'll put runners over at second and third. Kobe Thomas just went deep for the Athletics. That's now a 4-3 game in the top of the 8th inning. It was 4-2 Cubs, and now it's 4-3. So ring the bell for Kobe Thomas. We are in the thick of it. One ball, no strikes to Logan O'Hoppe for the Angels. And the 1-0 is fouled back towards the screen to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. So the A's are down 4-3 to the Cubs. That game is in the top of the 8th inning. Nick Kurtz is up to bat. We'll look at that too. The 2-1 pitch, that's a wild pitch, and the Angels will get another run home. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Logan O'Hoppe took a wild pitch in the dirt, and they waved the runner home, and now there's a runner at third. All right, no balls, 2 strikes to Nick Kurtz. The 0-2 pitch to Kurtz, and that's a foul ball in the A's-Cubs game. The pitch to O'Hoppe, another line drive base hit out to right field. The Angels get their 3rd run of the inning. A lot of scoring for the Halos in this bottom of the second. Jose Siri scores. It's 3-zip Anaheim. All right, so there's a timeout in the at-bats to Nick Kurtz. And again, that game is in the top of the 8th inning. If Kurtz hits one here and it goes over the seats, then it's a tie game. The Cardinals are up 5-3. That game is in the bottom of the 7th. I'm going to show you the scores again right now. This is what it looks like right here with the games that are currently on. As you can see, Chicago is up 4-3 against the A's. That's in the top of the 8th inning. As the next pitch to Kurtz is taken outside for a ball. The Cardinals are up 5-3 against the Texas Rangers. They're in the bottom of the 7th out in St. Louis with 2 away. The Pirates lead at 4-3. They have a runner over at second in the top of the 6th. We'll head back there in a few moments. The Angels lead at 3-0, and the Dodgers are up 2-0. Still early on over in those games. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Nick Kurtz. Can he try to tie the game here in the top of the 8th inning? 1-2 is the count and the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? It looked like he did, but they say no. Wow. They say he did not, and the count is now 2-2. We're going to keep this Angels game up here as well. And we got the Texas Rangers scoreboard up and running as well, too. The Pirates are also looking to add on to their lead as Marcell Ozuna is in the box, and there's a runner at second. Here's Kurtz's pitch, and this is popped up out over towards straightaway center. Crow Armstrong is there, and there's 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. 3-2 to Ozuna in the Pirates game. A runner at second, and the payoff pitch is slapped foul towards the left side. You also have Trout up to bat for the Angels. His count is 0-2. 3-2 to Ozuna. Shea Langeliers is up for the A's, and it's 0-2 to Trout. 3-2 to Ozuna, a runner at second for Pittsburgh. And the 3-2 pitch, that misses outside for ball 4, and Ozuna gets on for the Pittsburgh Pirates. All right, 1 ball, no strikes to Shea Langeliers, and the pitch is going to be lined out over to left field. That'll get down for a base hit. The tying run is going to be over at second base for the Athletics, and they're not done yet either. Here's the 1-2 to Trout, and that's taken down and away for ball 2. So the Pirates are threatening to score with runners at first and second in the top of the 6th. Josty Nixon Garcia is up to bat. Shea Langeliers just got on with a double for the A's as they look to tie the game out at Wrigley Field and try to give the Cubs more misery. Caleb Thielbar's pitching. We have a pitching change in Houston. So Brian Abreu, I believe, is going to come on in. Or Brian King, that is. 3-2 to Trout, and that misses inside for ball 4. Mike Trout gets on with a walk, and that'll put runners over at first and second. Here's Tyler Soderstrom up to bat for the Athletics. Top of the 8th, the 0-1 pitch to Soderstrom, and that's a foul ball. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Tyler Soderstrom. The Rangers are also back on as well. They're in the top of the 8th, and they are trying to tie that game. It's 5-3 St. Louis. Soderstrom in the batter's box for the A's, and the next pitch is fouled away. For the Texas Rangers, they have Jake Berger up to bat. In the top of the 8th with nobody out, the count is 0-2 to Jake Berger. The pitch to Berger, swing and a foul ball. The Dodgers are also threatening to score as Andy Pages just doubled. And there's runners at second and third with nobody out there. I'll let you know if they score. Here's the 0-2 to Jake Berger, and that is fouled off. The pitch And that's to Soderstrom. Line drive, base it out to right field. And so 1 run will score. The throw to second is in time, but the A's tie it up 4-4. Seiya Suzuki gunned out Soderstrom at second. Kotsay is going to challenge this. He might have a case. But regardless, the A's tie it up at Wrigley Field. They were down 4-2 in the 8th inning, and it's a 4-4 game. Now the question is, if he's safe, there's 1 out there with a runner at second. If he is out, there's nobody on and 2 away. And it's recorded as an RBI single. All right, so here we are, top of the 6th inning. Pittsburgh leads it by a run, and they have runners over at first and second base. We're going to head on over to that game right now. Angels are also threatening to score, and we'll keep you updated on that. Here are the Cardinals facing the Texas Rangers, and the first pitch is taken for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And again, they're looking to see if Soderstrom is safe over at second or if he's out. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Ezekiel Duran, and that ball is grounded over towards third, and the throw to first is in plenty of time, and there's 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning out in St. Louis. All right, no balls, 2 strikes to Jared Triolo in the Pittsburgh Pirates game. Remember, they have runners over at first and second there. 0-2 is the count. And the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Soderstrom is out over at second base. So there's nobody on and there's 2 away. Vaughn Grissom gets an RBI single for the Halos, and it's now 4-0 in the bottom of the 2nd. Count it as an RBI double. So the Angels have put up all 4 of their runs in the 2nd inning, and they still have runners over at second and third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and that's to Jared Triolo for the Pittsburgh Pirates with runners over at first and second and 1 away. Brian King is pitching. It's 2-2 to King. To Triolo, that is. And the next pitch is fouled back. The Rangers, they have Tyler Freeman up to bat against Riney Stanek. The 1-2 pitch to Freeman, line drive, and that is out to right field for a base hit. The tying run is aboard for them, and so they get a hit there. This is Peraza who's up to bat for the Angels, and another wild pitch is going to allow the Angels to get their 5th run of the inning. What is going on out in Anaheim? 5-0 in the bottom of the 2nd. The pitch to Triolo, line drive, base it out to right field. Cruz is rounding third. He's coming home. It's 5-3 Pittsburgh. And Grissom lines 1 out to left, and another run scores for the Angels. 6-0 Angels, 5-3 Pittsburgh. It is madness here in Diamond Zone. And again, it's no balls and 2 strikes to Foscu, who is taking on Stanek here. 0-2 is the count. The A's have Brent Rooker up at the plate. But the 0-2 pitch to Foscu is grounded over to short, and the throw to second is in time, and the Cardinals get out of the inning, and they're going to go to the bottom of the 8th with still a 5-3 lead. Let's look at Brent Rooker really quickly. as he is up to bat. That game is currently in the top of the 8th inning. The Dodgers did get 2 runs, and they now lead at 4-0. We'll catch you up and let you know how that did happen. We have a lot of great baseball going on. A lot of great baseball. Pitch to Rooker, and that is going to be taken for ball 4. Brent Rooker gets on with a walk, and the go-ahead run is over at first base. And Lawrence Butler is going to step on up to the plate. Meanwhile, the Pirates lead at 5-3 in the top of the 6th inning with runners at first and second. And Henry Davis strikes out, and there's out number 2. Oh, boy. So here, again, is what's going on. So the Cardinals are going to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Dodgers lead at 4-0. That's in the top of the 3rd. The Angels put up 6 runs in the 2nd inning and lead at 6-0. The Pirates are up 5-3 in the top of the 6th. And the Cubs and the A's are tied at 4. Ridiculous. 2 balls, no strikes to Lawrence Butler. And the 2-0 pitch is fouled off. There's the 1-0 to Horwitz, and there's a line drive base hit out to left field. Bases are loaded for Pittsburgh with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. And so King is in another jam. Back to Lawrence Butler's at-bats. The 2-1 pitch to Butler, and a swing and a miss. We just saw Kyle Tucker just get another base hit for the Dodgers, as there's runners over at first and second. So what happened is Freddie Freeman had himself a 2-run single to make it 4-0. Kyle Tucker also hit that 2-run home run earlier in the second. All right, here we go. Butler is in the box. It's 2-2 to him. Brandon Lau is up to bat with the bases loaded for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And his count is 0-2. Cardinals are back on. We'll get there in a little bit. The 0-2 pitch with the bases loaded to Brandon Lau is swung on and fouled. And the 2-2 pitch to Lawrence Butler is outside for ball 3. Remember, if the A's get a run here, they take the lead in the top of the 8th inning. They were down 4-2 in the 7th, and they tied it up. Here's Lau's 0-2. It's outside. Here's the next pitch to Butler, and that's a foul ball, and he stays alive. The Dodgers are also threatening the score, and we'll let you know what happens there. The 1-2 to Lau, fouled off again. Big 3-2 pitch to Lawrence Butler. Can he get on here for the A's? The 3-2 delivery, swing, and another foul ball. So both Lau and Butler are fighting here. The big pitch to Lau and another foul ball, and he stays alive. Count is still 1-2. 3-2 is the count to Butler. And here's the payoff pitch to Lawrence Butler. Swinging a fly ball hit out over towards shallow left field. It'll be caught, though, for out number 3. As Butler throws the helmet back over towards the dugout. The good news is that the Cubs and the A's are tied. And that's going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning. So back to Lau's at-bats. Once again, bases are still loaded. And the count is 2-2 to Brandon Lau. The next pitch is grounded towards second, and the throw to first is in plenty of time. The Pirates do get an insurance run, but they're going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning out in Houston with a 5-3 lead. And we'll see how things end up when they return. Let's take a timeout and go to the Dodgers game. It's 2-2 to Max Muncy as the Dodgers lead at 4-0. And Muncy's count is 3-2 with runners over at first and second base. Can they score here? We'll see. The 3-2 to Max. Swinging a line drive up the middle for a base hit. 1 run's going to score as Freddie Freeman rounds third. He'll cross home plate, and Muncy comes through in the clutch against Zach Gallen. The Los Angeles Dodgers and the LA Angels have been tearing it up in those late games. Unbelievable. So Muncy and the Dodgers lead it 5-0 in the top of the third, and Will Smith is up next against Zach Gallen, who only has 48 pitches. Runners at first and second, and the pitch to Smith is taken down for a ball. Rockies are still on. It's 6-0 Angels in the top of the third. Rockies are getting shut out, though, by Urena. 1 ball, no strikes. We got the A's starting back up again. And we will go to the bottom of the 7th inning over there. Bottom of the 8th inning, Alice Bregman leads it off. And the first pitch is going to be taken up high for ball 1 to Bregman. So 1-0 to Bregman. 1-0 to Will Smith. The guy that's pitching for the A's is Luis Medina. 1-0 pitch to Bregman, and that's outside for ball 2. Taylor Trammell is up for the Astros, as they're in the bottom of the 6th looking for some redemption. So we're going to do a little triple box here. 1-0 pitch to Will Smith. Here it comes, and that's going to be grounded foul. Trammell's pitch swung on and missed, and the count's 1-1 to him. And the 3-0 pitch to Bregman is inside for ball 4, and the Cubs have themselves the leadoff man aboard. Big 1-1 pitch to Will Smith. Here it comes. That's way inside for ball 2. 2-0 to Will Smith. Bregman just walked for the Cubs. It's a tie game out at Wrigley Field. And our runner is over at first. And up to bat next for Chicago. We'll get you that in just a little bit. The 2-1 to Smith. Ground ball hit over to short. The throw to second, there's 1. The throw to first, that's in time. And the inning is over. The Dodgers do get themselves another couple of runs. And they lead it 5-0. And with that, we go back over to Wrigley Field. Okay. Let's see this. It's 2-2 to Trammell in the Houston game. Seiya Suzuki is up for the Cubs. And the 2-2 to Trammell, swing and a miss, and he is retired in the bottom of the 6th. And there's 1 out there. Suzuki in the box. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 8th inning. 4-4 Cubs are locked with the Athletics. The Cardinals are in the bottom of the 8th. There's 2 outs, nobody on. It's 2-1, and the batter is Ivan Herrera. And he slaps one out to left field. It's slicing foul again. Here's the pitch to Suzuki, another foul ball. 3 balls, 1 strike to Seiya Suzuki. And no balls and 1 strike to Nick Allen for the Houston Astros. And the count is 1-1 to Allen. The 3-1 to Suzuki, and that's fouled away again. One ball, 1 strike to Nick Allen. And the next pitch is outside for ball 2. Angels are in the bottom of the 3rd. They lead it 6-0. Not a lot of attention on that game right now. Big 3-2 pitch to Seiya Suzuki. That ball's grounded over towards short. Backhanded. The throw to second, there's 1. The throw to first. Suzuki grounds into a 6-4-3 double play. And there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning with nobody on. It's 2-2 to Nick Allen in the bottom of the 6th inning out in Houston. And the pitch is outside and low for ball 3. If Houston gets Allen on here, then the tying run would come on up to the plate. So again, 2 outs in Wrigley. And Ian Happ is going to bat on the left side for the Chicago Cubs. Here's the pitch to Happ, swing and a miss. And I mean badly. 3-2 to Allen, foul ball. What's up, chat? Hopefully you guys are doing well and having yourselves a fantastic day. The ball's 1 strike to Ian Happ. And here's the 0-1. And that's down and inside for ball 1. 3-2 to Allen. Can he come through? The 3-2 pitch to Nick Allen. That's flied out over towards shallow right field. He popped it up. And the catch will be made. And there's out number 2. Back to Ian Happ's pitch. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. And the count is now 1-2. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-2 delivery to Happ. That's down low for ball 2. The Cardinals are going to send Riley O'Brien out there for the 9th inning, and he will try to secure another save. He has 14 saves and 18 opportunities this season. And we will have that game on for the 9th inning, so that way you guys can see what's going on there. The pitch to Happ, line drive, base hit out to left field. The throw to second base, that is not in time, and Ian Happ is at second base for the Chicago Cubs. It's 4-4, bottom of the 8th over there, and a runner over at second. Still in the early stages of the LA games. Angels lead at 6-0, and the Dodgers lead at 5-0. Look at that nice base hit by Ian Happ. By the way, Christian Vasquez is up to bat for the Houston Astros. Let you know how he's doing, but first we go to the 9th inning out in St. Louis. The count is 2-1, and that is to Kyle Higashioka. Vasquez did just strike out for the Astros, and the Pirates are going to go to the top of the 7th. 2-1 pitch. That's inside for ball 3 to Kyle Higashioka. O'Brien on the bump for the Cardinals, trying to say goodnight to Texas. The 3-1 pitch. That'll be in there for a strike. Dansby Swanson is in the batter's box for the Chicago Cubs. And again, they have the go-ahead run over at second. The pitch to Swanson, swing and a miss. O'Brien just walked to Higashioka, and the tying run is going to come on up to the plate for the Texas Rangers in the 9th inning. The ball is 1 strike to Dansby Swanson, with a runner over at second and 2 outs. Can the Cubs get the lead? The 0-1, swing and a miss. It's tied 76-76. Oh, boy. The ball's 2 strikes to Dansby Swanson with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. The A's are looking to try to keep it a tie game and go to the 9th. Here comes the pitch to Swanson, and that's going to be taken down for a ball. The Rangers did just provide the sacrifice bunt. They got the runner over to second, and there's 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. I don't know why they would do that. But regardless, there's 1 out and a runner at second for Texas. Pitch on the way to Swanson. Swung on and missed. And the Cubs and the A's are still tied, and they're going to go to the 9th inning. All locked up at 4 apiece. Jock Peterson will step on up to the plate for the Texas Rangers, and he will stare at strike 1. He's the tying run as that game is in the final stages. No balls, 1 strike. Top of the 9th, 1 away. And the pitch to Jock, swing and a miss. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. This is where all the games stand right now. 5 games going on at this moment in time. Ohtani is pitching for the Dodgers, and he's been very sharp today. Next pitch, and now it's 0-2 to Jock Peterson. No balls, 2 strikes to Jock. A runner at second, and the 0-2 is going to be in the dirt for a ball. Pirates and Astros are back on. That game is in the top of the 7th. Pittsburgh leads at 5-3. We'll keep you updated if there's a run that comes on right now. O'Brien versus Peterson. The 1-2 pitch, and Jock fouls it off again. No, it's happening to me too. I don't know why. Maybe there's an iPhone glitch going on. I don't know. It's me too. 1-2 is the count to Jock, and the pitch. There's a fly ball. This one's hit out over towards deep center field. That's going to go back towards the track, but it's caught right in front of the gray bar wall sign. And there's out number 2. That was so close. And the Texas Rangers are down to their final out. Palencia is going to go out there to pitch for the Cubs. As again, the Cubs and the A's are tied 4-4. So we got ourselves a double diamond. First pitch to Josh Young. This one is skied out over towards shallow right field. Walker gets under it. The catch is made, and the Cardinals win by a final score of 5-3 against the Texas Rangers. And so another one in the books. So that game is done. And there's 4 games left. Big time window for St. Louis. All right, so here we are in the top of the 9th inning of this Cubs-A's game. Palencia's pitching. The count is 2-1. That's to Zach Geloff. Geloff today is 1 for 2. And the 2-1 pitch to Geloff, that's a fly ball hit out over towards shallow left center field. PCA is there, and there's 1 out as he will make the catch. The Angels are still up 6-0. That game is in the 4th inning. They're playing against the Rockies. All right, so we got ourselves another back-to-back game as the Pittsburgh Pirates have a runner over at first. And Gonzalez is up. The pitch to Gonzalez. Line drive, hit out to deep left field. Nick Gonzalez goes yard for the Pirates. And that makes it 7-3 Pittsburgh out in Houston. Look at Nick Gonzalez. Watch that thing fly on out of here. Big time swing for Nick. He's having an all-star season. Oh, and 2 is the count to Jeff McNeil for the A's, and the pitch is grounded over towards short. And the throw on over to first is in plenty of time, and there's 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning out in Chicago at Wrigley. Okay, so 2 outs there in the top of the 9th inning. O'Neal Cruz is batting for the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Dodgers also have a base runner over at first, and Shohei Ohtani is up to bat. Ohtani today 1 for 1 with a walk, and a run scored. Shohei's pitch is inside for a ball. Wow. So we'll keep you updated on everything that's going on. 1 ball, no strikes to Shohei Ohtani. And the pitch, swing and a miss. 5-0 LA. Obviously, we'll focus more on that game once these final games that are wrapping up from the 8 o'clock hour die down. The toss back over to first. That's not in time to get a Freeland over at first. O'Neal Cruz, it's 2-2 to him, and now it's 3-2 to O'Neal Cruz. And the 2-1 to Williams for the A's is fouled away. One ball, one strike to Shohei Ohtani. 5-0 Dodgers. Top of the 4th. 1 out. Gowan gets set and fires. And the pitch is down for ball 2. A huge pitch coming on up to Williams for the A's in the top of the 9th with nobody on. But first, here's Shohei Ohtani. The 2-1 to Ohtani. It's on the outside corner for a strike. The throw, the second to get Freeland. It's not in time. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out over to right field. Slicing foul and out of play for Williams against Palencia. He wanted that. And it was close to being a double, but it just sliced foul. Freeland at second. Ohtani in the batter's box for the Dodgers. Gowan looking to try to get out of this. And the big 3-2 pitch coming on up to Williams. The pitch to Ohtani. It's for a ball. The pitch to Williams. Fouled away. Ryan O'Hearn launches one out to right field. That is a foul ball. Three and 2 to Shohei Ohtani. And 3-2 to Williams. Williams is 3-2, swing and a miss. That's going to go to the bottom of the 9th. The next pitch to Ohtani, fouled away. The Rockies are on the board. It's 6-1 out in Anaheim. Troy Johnston got an RBI double off of Jose Urena. All right, 3-2 to Shohei Ohtani. What an at-bat by him. This game is still in the top of the 4th. And the 3-2 pitch is downstairs for ball 4, and Shohei Ohtani gets on with a 1-out walk. That's a Ryan O'Hearn who's up to bat. The pitch. It's taken for a strike. It's 1-2. Let's go. Andy Pages will bat for the Dodgers. And O'Hearn is still up for Pittsburgh. 1-2 is outside to O'Hearn. You got Ohtani over at first, Freeland over at second. The Dodgers looking to try to add on some more runs. And the pitch, it will be called a strike. This is the Pittsburgh Pirates game. There's 2 outs there. The ball is 1 strike to Andy Pages. The pitch, up high for a ball. Dodgers, can they score here? They lead at 5-0 LA. Once again, these are all the scores. 5-0 Dodgers, 6-1 Angels, 7-3 Pirates, and 4-4 out in Chicago. The 1-1 pitch. That misses inside for ball 2. The A's and the Cubs are back on. Chicago is looking to walk it off. And we will have our attention on that in just a few seconds as Hogan Harris is ready to pitch for the A's. But first, the 2-1 pitch to Andy Pages, and there's a called strike. We'll keep this Dodgers game on. Michael Busch is going to lead it off for the Chicago Cubs in the bottom of the 9th against Harris. The first pitch to Busch. It's down for a ball. 2-2 to Pages. And no throw made back over to second. It was a disengagement, though. 1-1 is the count and the pitch. And now it's taken for ball 2. The Pirates got themselves another run on an RBI double to make it 8-3. The pitch to Pages, fly ball hit out over towards right center field. That'll be caught for out number 2. The throw made over to third is not in time. And so runners are at the corners. And it's also 2-2 to Michael Busch. We'll get you more information on who got that base hit for the Pittsburgh Pirates in just a few moments. Three balls, 2 strikes to Michael Busch in the bottom of the 9th inning. Cubs trying to walk it off, and the 3-2 is fouled away. So again, 8-3 Pittsburgh. The guy that got on was Garcia with an RBI double. That is Josty Nixon Garcia. Pitch to Busch, strike 3 called, and there's 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning out in Chicago. Freddie Freeman for the Dodgers, looking to try to come on through here. And the 0-1 to Freddie, fly ball, hooking foul, and out of play. So we got 4 games left. For the Cubs, they will have Ramirez up to bat. 0-2 to Freddie Freeman, top of the 4th, 5-0 LA. The toss back over to first by Gowan is not in time. And they have runners over at first and third. The 0-2, that's down for a ball. The 0-2 to Ramirez, that's also down for a ball. Cubs need 1 swing to win it. Dodgers lead it 5-0, top of the 4th, 1-2 to Freddie Freeman. 1-2 pitch, another foul ball by Freddie. Another 1-2 pitch, and that's a grounder hit over to second base, and the throw to first is just in time to get Ramirez, and the Cubs have 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. The A's are looking to send it into extras. Ohtani leads off over at first. The 1-2 to Freeman, another foul ball, and he stays alive. The Pirates now have 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. Jared Triolo just struck out, and there's 2 away. Miguel Amaya comes on up for the Chicago Cubs. 1-2 to Freddie Freeman. The pitch to Freddie, it's down for ball 2. The pitch to Amaya, that's a foul ball. Two and two to Freeman. 0-2 to Amaya. Can the Dodgers get another run? Can the A's force extras, or will the Cubs try to get a run here? 2-2 to Freeman, grounded back over to Gowan. He'll flip it over to first, and the inning is over. And the Dodgers are going to go to the bottom of the 4th inning. They lead it 5-0. It's 1-2 now to Miguel Amaya in the bottom of the 9th. And the 1-2 pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball 2. Pirates are going to go to the bottom of the 7th as they strike out twice to end the inning. And the Astros are looking to try to come back in this game. Next pitch. Fouled off by Amaya. We'll do it again. Two balls, two strikes to Miguel Amaya. And the 2-2 pitch. Strike three called. And I don't think they can challenge it. The Cubs and the A's are going to go to extras out at Wrigley Field. We got free baseball out in Chicago. All right, so let's catch you up with everything that's going on right now. So, with the 4 games that we have left, it's Pirates and Astros. That game is going to the bottom of the 7th. Jeremy Pena will lead things off for Houston. The Angels are up 6-1. They put up all 6 of their runs in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The Dodgers lead at 5-0. That game is currently in the bottom of the 4th. And that's what's going on in baseball right now at this moment in time. The White Sox shut out the Twins today 8-0. The Tigers also won 7-2. As you can see also on the scoreboards over here, the Marlins won 4-1. The Phillies beat the Padres 3-2. The Red Sox won 8-1 against the Orioles. And the Guardians ended up coming back to beat the Yankees 5-4. How about those Atlanta Braves? They won 7-3 against the Toronto Blue Jays. The Giants had a 1-0 shutout against the Milwaukee Brewers. And the Cardinals finished off the Texas Rangers 5-3. Also, the Royals won 5-2 against the Cincinnati Reds. Okay, so once the 10th inning is back on out in Chicago, we'll make sure that we put that game back on. But for now, we will go back out over to Houston as Jeremy Pena is up. Pena has doubled, walked, and singled. Grissom for the Angels sends one out to left field. It's an 8-1 ball game out in Anaheim. Wow. The Angels are murdering the Rockies right now, and Vaughn Grissom has been insane. The A's are back on for the top of the 10th. The Rockies. Unbelievable. Here's the first pitch to start off the 10th. It's grounded over towards first. The runner's going to get over to third, and the tag to the bag is in plenty of time. So a ground out to start off that inning in the 10th inning. The Astros have Yordan Alvarez up to bat in the bottom of the 7th. His count is 1-1. Alvarez is 2 for 3 today with an RBI. He has not homered. Nick Kurtz is up to bat, and the pitch is taken for a called strike to Kurtz. No balls, 1 strike to Kurtz. And the pitch, fly ball hit out over towards left field. That'll get down for a base hit, and a run's going to score. And the A's are back on top 5-4. Kurtz goes the opposite way and drives in a run. And Roberts allows the ghost runner to score out at Wrigley Field. Okay. Here we go. Alvarez's count, by the way, is now at 2-2. Remember, they trail by 5. Shea Langeliers is up, and the pitch is taken outside for a ball. You got the Dodgers with Ohtani out there on the hill. Let you know what happens there. Alvarez smacks one out to left, and he gets on for his 3rd time today. If you have Yordan Alvarez in fantasy baseball, he has been just a hitting machine in this game and just continues to get himself another 2-strike hit. That's his 33rd 2-strike hit of the season, chat. It was outside 2, and he's stuck with it. 2-0 pitch to Shea. That's outside for ball 3. The A's are on top, 5-4. Unbelievable. Three balls, no strikes to Shea Langeliers. And the pitch is in there for a called strike. Dodgers lead at 5-0. Ohtani, by the way, has 52 pitches in 3 2/3. Just threw, what was that, a 60-mile-per-hour pitch? Unbelievable. 3-1 pitch. And that's a fly ball hit out over towards right center field. But on the run is Pete Crow Armstrong will make the catch. And Langeliers flies out over to center. And there's 2 outs in the 10th inning. Walker's 0-2 for the Astros is outside and high for a ball. And Ohtani is down in the count 2-1. Another fly ball hit out over to deep right center field by Peraza. That's going to be caught at the wall, though. He just got robbed on a double, and the Angels are trying to add on to their lead. Christian Walker just flying out over to left. Camera thought maybe that was going to go, but it wasn't. And the A's and the Cubs, I believe, are going to go to the bottom of the 10th inning. So there is, or is it a pitching change? Let's double check that. Let's go to MLB schedule. There's a pitching change going on. Tyler Soderstrom is up, so we'll have to go back there. Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers so far today. We'll let you know what his stats are. But his stats so far today, pitching-wise, 3 2/3, 4 strikeouts. And that's all I'll say. 3-2 pitch, fouled away. Rockies are getting destroyed. Yes, they are. Three-two to Marino, fouled away. Three balls, 2 strikes in the bottom of the 4th to Gabriel Marino. Ohtani trying to get out of the inning. And the payoff pitch from Ohtani, swinging a ground ball. That is going to be a base hit out over to right field. And so the throw to second is not in time. There goes the perfect game. There goes the no-hitter through 3 2/3. And that's the first hit of the day for the Snakes. Soderstrom is back up to bat for the A's. Just 4 games left tonight. We'll see. Isaac Paredes flies one out to left field. The Astros are back in business on a 2-run blast by Isaac Paredes. The Pirates bullpen has not been good this season, and it's an 8-5 game out in Houston at Dakin Park. Soderstrom, the 0-2 pitch coming on up from Rollison, and that's grounded over towards short. Backhanded by Swanson. The throw to first. It's not in time, and the inning continues. And runners over at first and second base for the Houston Astros, and that was huge that Soderstrom beat out that throw. The Astros are back in business as they are down by 3 in the bottom of the 7th on 1 swing by Isaac Paredes. Charge! That's unbelievable. They're going to look at that to see if he really is safe. Craig Counsell challenges. Well, it's close. I don't know. Astros are going to go to the top of the eighth inning, down 8-5 against the Pirates. And so that game will be back. Let's go to Dodger Stadium real quick. To Chase Field, where the Dodgers are playing against the Diamondbacks. The count is 3-2 to Nolan Arenado. And there's a runner over at second base. So they overturned the call in the A's game, and they said that he's out at first. And so the Cubs are going to come on up to bat to try to get redemption or possibly win the game in the bottom of the 10th. So we'll keep you updated on that. 3-2 to Nolan Arenado. This is the only game that is on right now. Arenado just whacked one foul. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The D-backs are trying to get back into their game. The pitch is grounded over to third. Muncy picks it up, throws it over to first, and the inning is over. 4 shutout innings for Shohei Ohtani. And they're going to go to the top of the 5th. Dodgers up 5-0 against the Snakes. All right, so we are going to look at this Cubs game once they are back on as they go to the bottom of the 10th. They are down 5-4. How's everybody doing in the chat? Thank you all so much for being on here. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Boy, oh boy. Good stuff. We got this. What's the status? I honestly don't know. I don't know. All right, so the Cubs are back on. Let's go. Kevin Alcantara will be the ghost runner at second base. And the guy that's up to bat is Nico Horner. And the first pitch to Horner, he'll fly it foul and out of play. Cubs are looking to try to tie it back in the bottom of the 10th. They really want to try to be close with the Brewers. Justin Sterner is pitching for the A's. No balls, 1 strike. Alcantara at second. Here's the 0-1 to Horner. And there's a fly ball hit out over towards center field. Drifting back towards the track to make the catch as the center fielder. Alcantara tags up from second. He goes to third. The throw's not in time. And the tying run is 90 feet away from scoring again. Pirates also lead at 8-5. They are back on. Spencer Horwitz is up. His count is 2-1. We'll keep you still updated on the Angels-Rockies game. Right now, that game, of course, is on the back burner. But the Cubbies are trying to tie the game again. And up to bat next is Ballesteros. The pitch is taken for a strike. The throw back to third. It's not in time. Oh, my gosh. That was close. Kotze says, hold it up a sec. And he says, play on. Wow. What was he doing way off of third? And he did get his hand back in there, but golly. 1 ball, no strikes to Ballesteros. The Cubs, can they tie it back? 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Betts is up in the top of the 5th for the Dodgers. His count is 1-1. This is Pete Crow Armstrong, who's up to bat, not Ballesteros. The pitch to Pete. That's a foul ball. Betts did just fly out over towards center field. And the catch was made for out number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Pete Crow Armstrong. Can Pete come through? Bottom of the 10th. Tying run at third. The pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 2. There's also 1 out in the Pittsburgh game. That's in the top of the 8th. The Pittsburgh Pirates lead it 8-5 out at Dakin Park with nobody on. Let you know how Kyle Tucker does. 2-2 to Pete Crow Armstrong. And the pitch to Pete. And that's going to be challenged. It was called a ball. This is a big call here. If Langeliers is right, that's a strikeout. What does ABS say? That's inside for ball 3. And the call was confirmed. That was huge. It was about 1.5 inches inside. Pirates do have a runner over at first, by the way. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Pete Crow Armstrong. And the payoff pitch swung on and foul tipped into the glove for strike 3. And that is a huge strikeout for Sterner and the A's. And the Cubs are down to their final outs. I can't believe that Pete Crow Armstrong just struck out there. Oh my gosh. The Rockies just hit a 2-run homer off of Urena, and it's an 8-3 game out in Anaheim. And Tucker just smashed a single out to right field for the Dodgers. He's over at first base. Good for Kyle Tucker. He had a home run in his first at-bat, and now he's singled. And all is up to Alex Bregman for the Cubs. The first pitch, swing and a miss. The second pitch, another swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. The Cubs are down to their final strike. No balls, 2 strikes to Alex Bregman. The 0-2 pitch. Line drive, hit out to left field. If it's fair, is it a fair ball or is it foul? It was foul. That would have been a base hit. But it just tucked in towards that corner. And that was foul for sure. Alcantara was like pumping his fist, and then he realized, no, that's a foul ball. No balls, 2 strikes to Bregman. The 0-2 pitch. He lays off on a nasty slider. And the count is now 1-2. Unbelievable. Muncy for the Dodgers just grounds one over to first. To throw to second, there's one. To throw back over to first, not in time. 1-2 to Bregman. Foul ball. So Tucker was out at second for the Dodgers, and Muncy gets on with a 3-6 fielder's choice. We'll catch you up with the Pirates game in just a few moments. But obviously the Cubs are down to their final strike. The 1-2 to Bregman. Swing on a line drive. Hit out over towards right field. And that's caught. And the ball game is over. It was well struck. Just hit at the right fielder. And the A's take care of business. They come back and beat the Cubs. The Cubs were up 4-2 going into the 7th inning. And the A's win it in extras out at Wrigley Field. What an ending. And then there were 3 games. 3 games to go. The pitch on the way, line drive, base hit out to right field. The Pirates are going to get another run home as Lau scores. It's a 9-5 ball game. Nick Gonzalez comes through with an RBI double. He had a homer his last time up, and he just hit an RBI double. Have yourself a day, Nick Gonzalez. at that base hit. That thing was scorched. He's one of the best hitters in all of baseball right now. Nick Gonzalez has a hot stick. So the Rockies ended up getting 2 runs back. We talked about that before. We didn't tell you how that happened. It was an 8-1 game, and a 2-run blast was just hit. And it was hit by Freeman in the top of the 5th inning. That's Tyler Freeman. Oneil Cruz is up for the Pirates. And the pitch to Oneil Cruz, it's coming on up now. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch is fouled back towards the screen. So it's 8-3 Angels. It's 9-5 Pittsburgh. And it's also 5-0 Dodgers as they go to the bottom of the 5th inning out in Arizona. Madrigal just singled for the Angels. A big 1-2 pitch to Oneil Cruz, and that's taken for a called strike 3. Don't know what he was looking at. It was right down the middle, and the inning is over. But the Pirates do get themselves an RBI double from Nick Gonzalez. And they will go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 9-5 Pittsburgh. The only game that's on right now that is not in a break is this Angels game. And so it's 8-3 in the bottom of the 5th. We just saw the Cubs lose to the A's as they had the lead and then choked. They gave it away. And their bullpen just could not produce. And the A's came back and won. Ohtani's also back out there on the bump. But first, the 0-2 pitch to Jose Siri. It's grounded over to shortstop. To throw to second, there's 1. To throw to first, it's not in time. And that's a 6-4 fielder's choice. And there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th out in Anaheim. Ohtani today as a batter, 1 for 1 with 2 walks and a run scored. As a pitcher, he's been sensational as well. We'll get you his stats in just a few seconds. As a pitcher today, Ohtani, 4 innings, 1 hit, no walks, no runs, and 4 strikeouts. His ERA is at a .76. Just a .76, chat. The pitch. Now it's 1 ball, no strikes. That's to Pavin Smith. 1-0 pitch to Smith. That'll be in there for a called strike. We got the Angels game up on the 3D. And we're calling the Dodgers game right now. 5-0 LA. The 1-1 to Pavin Smith. That's in there for strike 2. Then we got the Astros coming back on. And we'll obviously let you know what's going on in that game. 3 games left on this wacky Wednesday. The 1-2 to Pavin Smith. It's a foul ball. The 0-1 to Ohtani. It's down for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ohtani kicks and deals. And that's outside for a ball as well. Jake Myers will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning for the Houston Astros. And his first pitch is taken for a strike. His second pitch is fouled away. Ohtani's 2-2 pitch. Foul ball again. It will stay alive. The Angels now have a runner over at second on a wild pitch. And the 2-1 to Logan Ohtani is fouled off. Pavin Smith in the box. Ohtani kicks and fires. Swung on and missed, and Shohei Ohtani gets another strikeout. 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. And he has been masterful today. The 2-2 to Ohtani, and a swing and a miss, and there's out number 2 in the bottom of the 5th inning out in Anaheim. And a big strikeout by Thompson for the Colorado Rockies. It's also 2-2 to Jake Myers still in the Astros game. Waldschmidt is up for the Diamondbacks, and Ohtani gets him to fish after a pitch for strike 1. The 2-2 to Myers. Swing and a miss. Out number 1 in Houston in the bottom of the 8th. How about that strikeout? The 0-1 pitch to Waldschmidt, foul ball. The 1-0 to Joe Adell, and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. The Angels had put up 9 runs today as Joe Adell comes through in the clutch again. Thompson has not been good for Colorado. They pulled their starter. Their starter today was Michael Lorenzen. He allowed 10 hits, not his worst outing of the season. 8 earned runs as well, and 2 walks. His ERA is now at an 8.01. Waldschmidt's pitch, a called strike 3, and Ohtani with another strikeout. Another big-time strikeout for Shohei. And here comes Ildemaro Vargas, and his first pitch swing and a miss. Nobody can catch up to that heater of Shohei Ohtani's tonight. It's been deadly. Trout is up for the Angels. 1-0 to him. The pitch to Mike Trout. And another fly ball hit out over to deep left field. That's going back towards the track. And it's caught in front of the wall. Mike Trout gets robbed on at least a double. And the inning is over. Wow, that ball had the distance, I thought, to get on out of there. And a nice acrobatic catch out in left field. What a grab there by Thompson for the Colorado Rockies. He may have brought that thing back on in. And the Dodgers are going to the next inning, and so are the Angels. So the Dodgers are going to go to the top of the 6th. We'll let you know what happened there right now, as Ohtani ended up getting Ildemaro Vargas to fly out over to left. Now there's 2 outs in the Astros game, and it's a 9-5 game as a strikeout is provided by Pittsburgh. That's Mason Montgomery with the strikeout. He got Bryce Matthews to chase after it. Boy, oh boy. Okay. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, and Nick Allen is up, and the pitch is in there for a strike. So the Angels and the Dodgers games are currently in a break right now. There's just 3 games left. The 1-0 to Allen, and that's taken down for ball 2. The Pirates are 4 outs away from getting another victory against the Houston Astros. Trout, Pal, Bummer. That was tough. That was a nice catch. 2-0 pitch. It's in there for a strike to Allen. 2 balls, 1 strike to Nick Allen. 2 away. And the pitch. And a fly ball hit out over towards deep left field. That one might have the distance. Does it? It's going to bounce off the top of the wall. And so Allen gets on with a double. Wow. It hit just off the top of the wall. I thought maybe it was going to go. It stayed in the yard, though, and a double provided with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning by Houston, and it comes off the bat of Nick Allen. Angels and Rockies are currently in the top of the 6th. Hunter Goodman is up to bat, and he swings and misses at a sweeper that was just disgusting off the arm of Jose Urena, who has 88 pitches. All right, so the Astros, that is, have Christian Vasquez up. His count is 1-0. Taylor Clark is now going to pitch for the Arizona Diamondbacks, as the Dodgers are also back on. 1-0 pitch to Vasquez. It's inside and low for ball 2. Almost got away from the catcher, Davis. And the 0-2 pitch to Hunter Goodman in the Rockies game. Check swing, did he go? No. 2 balls, no strikes to Christian Vasquez. Allen's at second. A base hit makes it a 3-run game. The 2-0 to Vasquez. Fouled back again. Goodman just struck out for the Colorado Rockies. And 1 out in the top of the 6th inning out in Anaheim. Alex Call for the Dodgers. His count is now 1-2. That's also in the top of the 6th inning. It's 5-0 Dodgers. The 2-1 to Vasquez and a foul ball. And it's 2-2 to Christian Vasquez for the Astros. The 1-2 to Call. Strike 3. And he swung on and missed. He ended up showing his swing. And he went around, and there's one away in the top of the 6th out in Arizona. 3-2 pitch to Allen, and a line drive base hit out to left center field. Vasquez gets an RBI double. Allen scores, and it's a game again out in Houston. An RBI double off the bat of Christian Vasquez. He still has clutch genes in him. Rockies now have 2 outs in the top of the 6th. And the Dodgers still have 1. Alex Freeland is up for the Dodgers, and the pitch is taken on the outside edge for a called strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to Alex Freeland. Can the Astros get back in their game? Jeremy Pena is up, and the first pitch, I believe, was outside. Regardless, there's a timeout taken on the bump. 2-1 to Freeland in the Dodgers game. And the next pitch is taken for a called ball. Close. 3 balls, 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch to Freeland. And that is going to be called ball 4. Alex Freeland gets on with a 1-out walk for the LA Dodgers. It's also 1-2 to Willie Castro for the Colorado Rockies. Top of the 6th, 2 away. The at-bat by Pena has not started yet. 1-2 pitch to Castro, and it's up high for a ball. Here's Shohei Ohtani in the batter's box for the Dodgers. And before that, the toss back over to first, and Freeland just got his foot back in there. 2-2 to Willie Castro for the Colorado Rockies, and the next pitch is taken for a called strike 3, and the inning is going to be over. So another strike 3 called. Rockies did challenge, and I believe it's unsuccessful. Yep. Jeremy Pena takes ball 1 for the Houston Astros. If he gets on, the tying run would then come on up to the plate, and the 1-0 is grounded foul. It's also 2-0 to Shohei Ohtani, and 1 ball and 1 strike to Jeremy Pena. Can Shohei Ohtani get on? 11 pitches for Clark. The toss back to first. It's not in time. Again, Freeland is playing with fire. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch on the way, swung on and missed to Jeremy Pena. And the 2-0 to Shohei Ohtani, fouled off. Pena's 1-2. Here it comes, and that's in the dirt for ball 2. Almost got away from Rodriguez, or Davis, that is, who's behind the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike to Shohei Ohtani. And the 2-1 pitch is in the dirt for ball 3. So it's 3-1 to Ohtani, and it's 2-2 to Jeremy Pena. Astros down by 3. Runner over at second. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. 9-6 Pittsburgh. 2-2 to Jeremy Pena. A big-time pitch coming on up for Pittsburgh. And the next pitch, that's up high, and it's taken for ball 3. Alvarez waits in the on-deck circle. Ohtani's pitch, line drive, base hit out to right field. They'll take 1 hop in front of Carroll, and Shohei Ohtani gets on with a single. The 3-2, here it comes, and that's taken for ball 4. Alvarez is going to come on up, and he'll be the tying run. Wow. Yordan Alvarez, with one swing of the bats, could put Houston back in this game. And he could tie it up. And before that, it looks like that we might have a move here. Alvarez is going to come on up to bat, and Pittsburgh is going to make a move. Here comes Andy Pages, and the first pitch is fouled away. Wouldn't that be something? A pitch and change out in Houston. No balls, one strike to Andy Pages with runners at first and second base. Astros were trailing by a lot in their game. The 0-1 to Pages. That's down for a ball. Linda, congrats to the Knicks. Rhino must be so happy. One ball, one strike to Andy Pages. Top of the sixth, 2 runners on. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-1 to Andy, and it's down for ball 2. So we got 3 baseball games left going on right now. Vaughn Grissom is up to bat. Appreciate you, Linda. Shout out to you. Hope you're having a great night. 2-1 to Andy Pages. And the pitch. He skies this one out over towards the right side. First baseman in foul territory. Almost lost it. And the catch is therefore made for out number 2. The Angels also want to add on to their lead. It's 9-3 in the bottom of the 6th. Vaughn Grissom is up to bat. It's a big-time win for those Knicks. Absolutely. We're still waiting for Yordan Alvarez to come back on up to the plate for the Astros. With one swing of the bat, he could tie it up. Top of the 6th, 2 outs. Freddie Freeman is up for the LA Dodgers. Gregory Soto is going to come on in to face Yordan Alvarez. And we will obviously go to that game right now. A huge spot for Yordan. Soto this season has a 1.91 earned run average. And can Yordan tie things up here? Or will Soto get out of the jam? 2 outs, 2 runners on. What a game it's been out in Houston. The first pitch, that is called a strike. And it was almost dropped by the catcher. Alvarez is hitting .319 against lefties with 9 homers. And against righties, it's .312 with 13. Or sorry, with 8. Big difference. He's hitting .385 with runners in scoring position. Freeman got out. No balls. 1 strike to Yordan Alvarez. And the pitch. That's going to be taken for a strike. For a ball, I should say. Peraza flies one out to left center field. That'll get down for a base hit. And the Angels have a 10-3 lead out in Anaheim. 1 ball, 1 strike to Yordan Alvarez. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that is down and away for ball 2. What a day for Oswald Peraza and the LA Angels. 10 runs against the Colorado Rockies. 10-3. They are spanking Colorado. 2-1 to Yordan Alvarez. Can Yordan get on here? The pitch. That's outside for ball 3. They got to be careful. They brought in their closer, Gregory Soto, to face the best hitter, arguably in baseball, with runners in scoring position. The 3-1 pitch to Yordan, and that's a line drive and another base hit up the middle, and another run's going to score. It's a 9-7 ball game out in Houston. Alvarez has 4 hits again. This game is bonkers. At one point, it was an 8-3 ball game. Then it became 8-5. Then it was 9-5, and now it's 9-7. And Alvarez comes through, and he's the tying run. He's over at first base. They will have a pinch runner for Yordan Alvarez, and it looks like Zach Cole is going to be his pinch runner. And here's Christian Walker, and on the first pitch, it's a swing and a miss. Walker has 17 RBIs this year with 2 outs and with runners in scoring position. Ohtani's also back out there on the hill for the LA Dodgers. 0-1 is the count to Christian Walker, and the 0-1 pitch. That's in there for strike 2 to Christian. Crazy game out in Houston. Soto gets set, right at the belt. Kicks, deals, and it's in the dirt for a ball. Ohtani, 5 innings, 6 strikeouts. And Fernandez is up to bat, and the pitch is in there for a strike. Have a great stream, JJ. Good night. Linda, thank you so much for stopping on by. I really appreciate you. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Really. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 8th. And the pitch. Ground ball hit over towards the right side. Second baseman has it. Throws it over to first. And it's not in time. It gets on by the first baseman. It's a 9-8 ball game. It's a 1-run game out in Houston. The Pirates defense collapses again. And this game continues to be ridiculous. If you're up for this game, you're in for a treat. The Angels lead at 10-3. Madrigal is up. His count is 2-2. There's still a runner at third in the bottom of the 6th. And another line drive and another base hit for the Angels, and they make it 11-3 against Colorado. I don't think that inning is ever going to end. Isaac Paredes is up to bat for the Houston Astros, and his first pitch is taken for a ball. 1 base hit ties the game out in Houston. It was 9-5, heading on into the bottom of the 8th inning, and now it's 9-8. Let's go. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Madrigal has a 4-hit game for the Angels. That's insane. 2 balls, no strikes to Isaac Paredes against the former Philly Gregory Soto. The 2-0 pitch, that's inside and high for ball 3. What's up, Haley? How you doing? I've been on as a quiet listener tonight. No need to worry about that. That's cool. Thanks for doing this. It's amazing. Thank you. 3 balls, no strikes. By the way, Geraldo Perdomo is up for the Diamondbacks. There's a runner over at first, and he's facing Ohtani. We'll go there in a sec. The 3-0 pitch, that's a called strike to Isaac Paredes. The fact that this is a 1-run game out in Houston is just insane. Perdomo's first pitch, that's a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike to Isaac Paredes. And the next pitch, it's up high for ball 4. It gets by the catcher. We're tied in Houston. It was 9-5. Now it's 9-9. Soto blows the save. Perdomo lines one out to left field, and the Diamondbacks have runners over at first and second. It is. Yep, he is. He's doing the game right now. Corbin Carroll is up, and so is Cam Smith, that is. We'll go back-to-back here. First pitch to Smith is taken for a ball. Ohtani has one out in the bottom of the sixth. The pitch, it's grounded over towards second. The throw to shortstop, there's one. The throw to first. That is in time. I don't know. I thought he beat it out, but regardless, they're going to call it a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. The Diamondbacks say hold it for a second. Will Lavulo challenge? They're not showing it. Ohtani was ready to walk back to the dugout, and now he's waiting. And they just cut to a break. So I don't think that they're going to challenge. They got out of the jam. 1 ball, no strikes to Cam Smith. Dr. Delay, yep. That's Dr. Delay. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Astros are looking to try to take the lead. Josh Hader, I believe, just came back for them. The pitch, and that's a foul ball. He did. Josh Hader should be warming up in the bullpen. And he is. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. That's a ground ball. Base hit down the right field line. And the Astros come all the way back from the dead. It's going all the way towards the corner. 1 run scores. 2 runs will score. It's 11-9 Houston. And this crowd explodes. A 2-run triple by Cam Smith. And that look on Soto's face says it all. Wasn't really a save, but he came on in pretty much to get a save there. It was going to be a 4-out opportunity. Gregory Soto blows it for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And as this game, again, I will repeat this again. It was a 9-5 game. Going into the bottom of the 8th inning, it's now 11-9 in the bottom of the 8th still. The Astros have come back. Josh Hader is warming up in the bullpen. And he will pitch the 9th inning. But there's a pitch and change first as Gregory Soto is done. Everybody wave goodbye to Soto. The Rockies are back on. They're in the top of the 7th. Karras is up, and it's a 2-0 count to him. Also, Betts is up for the Dodgers. Oh, man. I'm going to go check on your friend. Please do. A 6-run 8th inning for the Houston Astros. The pitch. There's a called strike. Brandon Pfaadt is pitching. It's 1 ball and 1 strike in the top of the 7th. Facing Mookie Betts. Betts in the box. The pitch. It's outside for ball 2. That may have been like one of the craziest games. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mookie in the box. The 2-1 pitch. And he pops this one up a mile high over towards the right. And Marte, I believe, is there, or Vargas, that is, for out number 1. Edward Julian is up for the Colorado Rockies as they're in the top of the 7th inning with 1 out. And the count is 0-1. To Edward Julian. The pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards left field. That's going back, but it'll be caught right before the track by the left fielder for the Angels. And there's out number 2. Kyle Tucker up for the Dodgers. And on the first pitch, he takes it high for ball 1. Jake Myers is up for the Astros. And his first pitch that he takes is also up high for ball 1. Myers 0 for 4, struck out in the 6th. The pitch to Tucker, swing and a miss. 1-1 to him. The 1-0 to Myers, down in the way for ball 2. And Jake McCarthy fouls off his first pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kyle Tucker. And 2-0 to Jake Myers. And the 1-1 to Tucker is chopped foul. The 2-0 to Myers. He shows bunt, takes it back. That's a strike. And the 0-1 to McCarthy is up high for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jake Myers. A runner at third for the Astros. And the pitch up high for ball 2. The pitch to Tucker. He chops it over to short, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time. And for the first time tonight, Kyle Tucker is retired in the top of the 7th inning. It's 1-2 to Jake McCarthy and 3-1 to Jake Myers. The 3-1 pitch to Myers and a foul ball that goes on out of play. 1-2 to Jake McCarthy in the top of the 7th for the Rockies, and he fouls off the next pitch. Muncy is up for the Dodgers, and he looks at strike 1. 3-2 to Jake Myers, and the payoff pitch is down for ball 4, and the inning continues for Houston. Bidos is pitching for the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's still 1-1 to Max Muncy. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Fat kicks and deals, and Muncy lines one out over to right field, and that's going to go all the way towards the wall. Muncy will get an easy double out of this, and he has had himself quite a day as well for the Dodgers. Bryce Matthews up for the Houston Astros, and the pitch is taken for a strike. The pitch to McCarthy. A high drive hit out over to deep right field. It's caught by Adele right in front of the track. And the Angels are going to go to the bottom of the 7th against the Rockies. Matthews shows bunt, and the first pitch is in there for a called strike. The second pitch, he takes a called strike, and the count is 0-2. For the Dodgers, they have Will Smith up to bat. No balls, 2 strikes to Bryce Matthews. And the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Josh Hader is going to try to shut the door in the top of the 9th inning against the Pirates. Now the Dodgers have Will Smith up to bat. So this is the only game that is not in a break right now. And the first pitch to Smith, the second pitch I should say, is taken down and away for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. So Will Smith. The entrance for Josh Hader is hitting hard right now. This guy has, obviously when he's healthy, he's still one of the best closers in all of baseball. 2-0 pitch. That's up high for ball 3. Hader will have to face O'Hearn, Garcia, and Triolo for the 9th inning. 3 balls, no strikes. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 3-0 pitch to Will Smith, and that's outside for ball 4, and Smith gets on with a 2-out walk. He's over at first. All right. Boy, oh boy. The Astros. Pena has gotten 2 hits and 3 runs scored. Alvarez, 4 hits, 2 RBIs, 1 run scored. Paredes, a 2-run homer. And he's 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored. And Cam Smith, 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. What a game that's been. Gonzalez also had 3 RBIs. Davis had 4. Here's Alex Call in the box. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike. To Brandon Pfaadt. 0-1 pitch, and that's outside for a ball. Josh Hader has short hair now. Last season, Hader had a .85 whip, 76 strikeouts, and 52 2/3. He was 28 for 29 in save opportunities. And this is his first save situation since coming back from his season-ending injury. He's now 32 years old. And he'll face Ryan O'Hearn. Call just got hit by a pitch. Oh, no. He's okay. He got hit on the elbow guard. First pitch in there for strike one to Ryan O'Hearn. Second pitch, that's in there for strike two on the outside corner. Bases loaded for the Dodgers. They look to try to open the floodgates. No balls, 2 strikes. So Ryan O'Hearn, and the pitch is outside and low for a ball. Freeland is up for the Dodgers. Bases loaded. The first pitch, it's down for ball 1. And Logan O'Hoppe is up for the Angels. His count is 2-2 with nobody on. The 1-2 to Ryan O'Hearn. Swinging a grounder. Hit towards the right side. First baseman has it. It's Walker, and he throws it back over to Hader in plenty of time. There's one away. The 1-0 to Freeland, and that's in there for strike one, as the Dodgers still have the bases loaded. Logan O'Hoppe did fly out to right field, and so there's one out in the bottom of the 7th inning out in Anaheim. Pirates are down to their final 2 outs. The pitch to Freeland. There's a ground ball up the middle, and that's going to go out to center for a base hit. Muncy will score. Right behind him, another run will come on in. It's Will Smith. It's a 7-0 ball game. Big 2-run single by Alex Freeland. Garcia's first pitch, ball 1. Hader kicks, fires, swing and a miss. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Garcia. Look at Alex Freeland coming through in the clutch again and getting himself another big 2-run single. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards the right field corner, slicing foul and drifting out of play. And the count is 1-2. Joe Adell is also up for the Angels. We'll let you know what he does. Ohtani is back up for the Dodgers. The bottom of their order has been sensational tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hader trying to get out of the inning and get his first save of the 2026 campaign. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. There's out number 2. And he needs 1 more out to do so. Adell's 1-2 pitch. It's outside for ball 2. Ohtani is up, and his count is 0-1. And now it's 1-1 to Shohei Ohtani. The final out in the Pirates game, it's up to Jared Triolo, and his first pitch is outside for a ball. Adell just grounded that over to short, and there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. 1 ball, 1 strike to Shohei Ohtani with runners at the corners. And he will call for time. It's now 1-1 to Jared Triolo. Trout is up for the Angels. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jared Triolo. Hader kicks and fires, and there's strike 2. 1 more strike to go in the Pittsburgh game. Ohtani's 1-1 is in there for strike 2 as well. Astros fans on their feet. The 1-2 pitch, and that is down for ball 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Shohei Ohtani. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch on the way, foul ball. Ohtani's next pitch, it's now 2-2. Trout's count is 1-2. Bottom of the 7th out in Anaheim. Top of the 7th out in Arizona. And top of the 9th out in Houston. One more strike to go in that game. The next pitch on the way, another foul ball. Ohtani did just strike out. They're going to go to the bottom of the 7th. And the 1-2 to Mike Trout. That's up high for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jared Triolo. The 2-2 pitch. It's outside for ball 3. And now the count is full. Trout fouls off the next pitch, and he stays alive. Astros did challenge. That pitch was outside. It was not even close. 2-2 pitch to Mike Trout. And here it is. That's down for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch on the way, up high for ball 4, and the tying run is going to come on up to the plate for the Pirates. There's still a chance. And we have a timeout taken on the mound here. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Mike Trout in the bottom of the 7th. 2 away. Can Trout get on? 3-2 pitch. That is up high. Not by much for ball 4. And Trout gets aboard in the bottom of the 7th inning. Oh, boy. Kai Wei Tang will face Jared Jones tomorrow. It's 11:53. That is a late game out in Houston. That game got started at 8:10. The next man up is Rodriguez for the Pirates. And then you got Meckler for the Angels. First pitch, ground ball, hit over to shortstop. And the throw over to first is in time. The Houston Astros come back from the dead, and they beat the Pittsburgh Pirates. They put up a 6-run 8th inning, and they win by a final score of 11-9. Josh Hader gets his first save in 2026. And that game is over. What a heck of a finish by the Astros. And then there were 2. Meckler lines one out to left field, and that'll get down for a base hit. And the Angels have runners in scoring position once again. Jonathan Hernandez is now going to pitch for Shohei Ohtani. 2 games left to go on this night in baseball. We are 6 minutes away until midnight, and the 9:38 games are left. That's just it. 1 ball, 1 strike, bottom of the 7th. And Gabriel Moreno is up, and the 1-1 pitch is a foul ball. So it's Grissom up for the Angels, and it's Moreno up for the Diamondbacks. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gabriel Moreno. And the next pitch is down in the way for ball 2. 2-2 to Gabriel Moreno. And 1 ball and 1 strike to Vaughn Grissom. Halverson for Colorado fires. And the pitch is swung on and missed. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Vaughn. 2-2 to Moreno. 1-2 to Grissom. Hernandez kicks and fires. And a foul ball. Grissom in the box. Halverson's 1-2 pitch. And that's outside for ball 2. Arenado waits in the on-deck circle for Arizona. But first, the 2-2 to Gabriel Moreno, and that is fouled away. Back to Grissom's at-bat, and he fouls one off again as well. Wade Meckler for the Angels is 4 for 5. Nick Madrigal is 4 for 4. Vaughn Grissom is 2 for 4. Oswald Peraza is 2 for 4. Marino's pitch. Strike 3 called. And 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2-2 pitch to Vaughn, and that's a foul ball over towards the visitors' dugout. Bottom of the 7th, 1 away. Arenado in the batter's box. First pitch to Nolan, and that's down for ball 1. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Vaughn Grissom in the bottom of the 7th out in Anaheim. And here's the pitch. And another fly ball hit out over towards right center. It'll be caught, though, and the inning is done. And the Rockies will come on up for the top of the 8th inning. 11-3, Anaheim. And with that, we head back over to Arizona. Dude, what a night in baseball. First of all, we just saw a ridiculous finish between the Astros and the Pirates. 11-9. It was a 9-5 game going into the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Pirates bullpen just continues to blow it. And they give up 6 runs to the Astros. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. That Cubs game was also crazy because it was 4-2 Chicago in the top of the 8th inning, and the A's came back. Not only did they tie it, but they won in extras by a final score of 5-4. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Nolan Arenado, and the next pitch is going to be lined foul. Still got an hour left of this. Let's go. 2-2 to Nolan Arenado. And the pitch down in the way for ball 3. 13 games in the books. 2 left to go. We've had games all day today. Arenado calls for time. Three balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch to Arenado. Check swing. He went around, and there's 2 away. Albert Pujols on this day hit his 600th career home run back in 2017. I didn't know that. It's pretty cool. Here's the pitch to Smith. That'll be taken for a ball. That's Pavin Smith who's up to bat. Ryan Zefferjan pitching for the Angels as they start off the top of the 8th inning, and Tyler Freeman is up. And he looks at ball 1. 1-1 to him. 2-0 to Smith, and 1-1 to Freeman. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. That's grounded towards the right side. Backhanded by Freeman, and the throw to first is in plenty of time. The Dodgers will go to the top of the 8th inning. It's 7-0 LA. Okay. 2 balls, 1 strike to Tyler Freeman. And he's going to line one over to second, and that'll be caught for out number 1 by Nick Madrigal. And the Rockies are now down to their final 5 outs of the game. Zefferjan is on the bump. 4 pitches for him. The Giants, they shut out the Brewers. The Brewers were knocking on the door. And they had a runner over at third. And they just could not get him home. And the Giants completed the shutout. Webb got the win. And Wynn got his first save. The Braves also won 7-3. The Orioles got pounced today 8-1 to the Boston Red Sox. All right, the next pitch that comes, that is ball 1 to TJ Rumfield. So it's 1-1 to TJ. And the next one is down for ball 2. Two games left to go. 13 in the books. The 2-1 pitch to Rumfield, and there's a high drive hit out over to deep right field, slicing foul, and it'll go out of play. By the way, Chad, I did find out that our section that we're going to be in is 329. That's where we're going to be on Friday. 329. 2 balls, 2 strikes to TJ Rumfield. And the 2-2 pitch fouled back again towards the screen. And the count still remains at 2-2. The Dodgers will be back on in just a few seconds. 2 balls, 2 strikes in the top of the 8th with 1 out. And the pitch to Rumfield, a line drive, base it out to left field. Rumfield gets on, and he will get himself a 1-out double as he is over at second base for the Rockies. And up next for the Dodgers to start off the top of the 8th inning over there is Andy Pages. And his first pitch is taken for a strike. Andy is 1 for 4 tonight. Brandon Pfaadt is still pitching. The Rockies trying to get back in this game. Hunter Goodman is up, and he's going to ground one up the middle. The second baseman backhands it, throws it over to first. And there's out number 2. And Rumfield is going to head over to third. Next pitch to Pages. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Pfaadt fires. And it's outside for ball 2. The Rockies will bring up Troy Johnston, who has 1 hit tonight and 3 at-bats. He's a lefty. Pages' 2-1 is inside for ball 3. And the pitch to Johnston, outside for ball 1. Three balls, 1 strike to Andy Pages. The 3-1 pitch, inside and high for ball 4, and he gets on. 1-0 to Johnston. That's outside and high for ball 2. Dodgers have yet another base runner. And they will have Ryan Thompson, the Diamondbacks, warming up in their bullpen. 2 balls, no strikes to Johnston. And his pitch is taken in there for strike 1. It's Freeman's turn for the Dodgers. The pitch outside and high for a ball. The 2-1 pitch to Johnston, and that's strike 2. 1-0 to Freeman. And Pfaadt throws it back over to first, and that's not in time. Johnston steps on out of the box. 1-0 is the count to Freeman, and now it's 2-0 as the next pitch is outside. Johnston's 2-2 pitch, and that's lined foul. Remember, Rumfield is still over at third. The Angels have been smacking that baseball today. 16 hits for them. Foul ball again on the next pitch. Two-two. It's outside for ball 3. It's 3-2 to Johnston. And Freeman's 2-1 is inside for ball 3 in that at-bat. 3-2 pitch to Johnston. Line drive, base it out to left field. The Rockies will get a run back as Rumfield scores. It makes it 11-4 in the top of the 8th inning. Freeman's 3-1 pitch. And that is going to be popped up, and that's a foul ball. So a good swing for the Rockies. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Freddie. Fat's 3-2 pitch to Freeman. And a line drive, base hit out to right field. The Dodgers are threatening to score again as Pages goes over to third. Freeman gets on with another single, and there's runners at the corners. The guy that's up to bat for the Rockies, that's Willie Castro. He is ahead in the count 2-0. Sefferjan is on the bump for the Angels, and Fat is on the bump for the Diamondbacks. And Torey Lovullo is going to make a move, so that is going to do it for Fat. Castro is up, and he takes the third pitch for strike 1. So a pitching change out in Arizona. 2 balls, 1 strike in the top of the 8th inning. Willie Castro is 0 for 2. And the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Two balls, 2 strikes in the top of the 8th inning. And the pitch outside for ball 3 to Willie Castro. What if the Rockies actually made this a game here? That would be something. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Willie Castro. And the payoff pitch, swing and a grounder, hit over towards second, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time as Castro slams the helmet down, and we are going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning out in Anaheim. They lead it by 7. So there's a break in the action in both games. First and foremost, folks, welcome aboard. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Feel like listening to me call a lot of different games at once. Hopefully you're able to follow along. Again, if you love the league, it should be pretty good to follow. It should. But if you follow the league and if you know the players, it should be good. I'm really trying to not over-explain myself and just say which player is up. So that's really how I'm trying to treat it, but hopefully you guys enjoy what it is. Your friend was really hurt. He ended his stream so fast. I'm sure he did. Yep. He usually ends his stream right after he's done. That's usually how it goes. But yeah, I feel for him. Here's Mookie Betts. Betts is up to bat. 1 ball and no strikes to Mookie. Just 2 games left to go tonight, and both of them are not close. The 1-0 pitch to Mookie Betts, and a strike is called to make it 1-1. Betts is 0 for 4. These games got started at 9:38 and 9:40. And these are the only 2 games that are left. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Line drive, that's caught over at shortstop by Perdomo. Excellent catch by him, and there's 1 away in the top of the 8th inning. But yeah, I'm sure that he was not happy. That was a tough loss. It really was. One out, top of the 8th inning. Runners at the corners, and Kyle Tucker is the next man up for the Dodgers. Tucker today has provided 3 hits, including 2 singles and a 2-run jack. Pitch number 1 to Kyle. And it's a called strike. Ryan Thompson is pitching. Oswald Peraza on the first pitch in the Angels game grounds one over to third, and the throw to first is in plenty of time, and there's 1 out at Angel Stadium. In the bottom of the 8th inning there. The 0-1 to Tucker, and that's down for a ball. They put Chad Stevens over at shortstop in the Rockies game. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kyle Tucker. The pitch. And Tucker swings and misses at the fastball. Donovan Walton is up for the Angels, and he looks at strike one. Right down Broadway. 0-1 to Walton. And his pitch is grounded towards the first base side. First baseman picks it up. He'll take it to the bag. 2 quickies in the Angels game. Next pitch to Tucker. Foul ball. Otani's 2 for 3. Pages is 1 for 4. Freeman is 2 for 5. Tucker's 3 for 4. Betts is 0 for 5. Muncy's 2 for 4. Smith is 0 for 3 as well. And the 1-2 to Tucker. It's outside for ball 2. Nick Madrigal is up at the plate. He has 4 hits and 4 at-bats for the Angels. If he gets another one here, that's his 5th hit of the game. The 2-2 to Tucker. Swing and a miss. And he is down on strikes. The pitch to Madrigal. Fly ball hit out over towards shallow right field. And the basket catch is made for out number 3. And we go to the top of the 9th inning. Rockies have their last chance as they trail by 7. 11-4. Once again, top of the 8th inning out in Arizona. Muncy is up. Blue batting gloves. Runners at the corners. Max is 2 for 4. And he takes ball 1. Alex Call is 1 for 3. Alex Freeland is 2 for 3. And Will Smith is 0 for 3. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. And it's in there for a strike to Max. What a night, chat. Crazy. 1-1 to Max Muncy. And the pitch. Down for ball 2. You're a beast and a gambler's dream. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's how we do it, man. 2 balls, 1 strike to Max Muncy. Top of the 8th inning. 2 outs. Runners at the corners. Andre, what's going on, man? This is what Diamond Zone's all about. 1-2 pitch. A 2-1 pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Sorry about that. It's 2-2 to Muncy. And if you like fantasy baseball, this is also a good thing, too. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Max. The 2-2 pitch. Foul ball. The guy that's going to pitch now for the Angels for the 9th inning. We'll get you his name in just a few moments. That's Kirby Yates. Oh, yeah. I've heard of him. Played for the Dodgers at one point, and he was also on the Padres. How could you forget? Didn't really do as well on the Dodgers. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Muncy. Grounded over towards second. And the throw over to first. That's in plenty of time. That's insane. Okay. And just like that, we go to the top of the 9th inning out in Anaheim. And the Dodgers are going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning out in Arizona. Thompson's first pitch. That's a foul ball. And it goes out of play. I don't know how they did that, man. I really don't. I have no clue how that happened. But their bullpen is terrible. No balls, 1 strike. This is Sterling Thompson, who's up to bat. And the 0-1 will be in there for strike 2. Any Phillies game, I'm always in here. Just don't be in the chat as much. I'm definitely a supporter. Thank you, man. That was crazy. Calling like 5 different games at once. I did it with like a new style too. I'm like at the point where it's like, you know what? I don't really care. Like if people are just casual listeners, you know, and they're like, well, like we want to follow like the Blue Jays game and we're just Blue Jays fans. This is really for like baseball fans or just like people that are, you know, into fantasy baseball, that type of a thing. It's like if you just know the players, it's so easy to follow, I think, for the most part. The 0-2 to Thompson. It's outside and low for ball one. And it works. It really does. Just got to get the audience. But I think that you're right about what you said. The 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and Kirby Yates goes to a splitter there. And there's out number one. In the top of the ninth inning. Oh boy, I need a sip of water. That's good. Water is good for the soul. But yeah, I just don't know how to market this. I just got to get better at marketing it. It's just so hard, though. Because it's not like NFL RedZone, you know? The pitch to Karras. Fly ball hit out over towards right field. Karras is going to fly out over to Joe Adell's way. And there's two away. In the top of the ninth. And the Rockies are down to their final outs. Bottom of the eighth, out in Arizona. And the first pitch is fouled off by Waldschmidt. Edward Julian is up. He's the last hope for Colorado. 0-1 to Waldschmidt. It's grounded over to third. And the throw over to first is in plenty of time. One away in the bottom of the eighth inning over there. The pitch to Julian. And that's in there for a strike. No balls. One strike to Edward Julian. He's hitless in 2 at-bats. Facing Kirby Yates. And the 0-1 is down for a ball. The next man up is Ildemaro Vargas for the Arizona Diamondbacks. We'll have one single diamond left in probably just a few moments. Vargas' first pitch is outside. And bat to Julian's at-bat. That's down in the way for ball two. The 1-0 to Vargas. That's on the outside edge. And there's strike one there. The 2-1 pitch to Julian. That's inside for ball three. One ball, one strike to Ildemaro Vargas. And the next pitch is grounded towards the right side. Freeman has it, backhands it, tosses it back over to Hernandez's way, and there's out number two in the bottom of the eighth inning. The 3-1 to Julian. That's smacked down the first base line, foul ball. And Colorado is down to its final strike. Pitch on the way, line drive, base hit out to right field, and he will go on over to second base, and he gets on with a 2-out double in the top of the ninth inning. Jose Fernandez is up to bat for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and he looks at ball one. The pitch, it's down for ball two. The guy that's up for the Rockies, that's Stevens. The pitch to Stevens, swing and a miss. Chad Stevens, who came on in to play for Ezequiel Tovar. The 2-0 to Fernandez, that's inside for ball three. The 0-1 to Chad. And there's strike two. And again, the Rockies are down to their final strike. The 3-0 to Fernandez. That's outside and taken for ball four. And he gets aboard with 2 outs in the bottom of the eighth inning. No balls, 2 strikes to Chad Stevens. 2 away, top of the ninth. Yates gets set and fires. And a tapper, it's fouled. Tommy Troy is the next man up for the Snakes. 7-zip. Good, we reconnected. Can you guys still hear me? 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. And the ball game is over, and the Rockies lose by a final score of 11-4. still live, right? I think so. The Diamondbacks are going to go to the 9th inning. And that means that there's one game away. One game to go. All right, good. We're still live. I see it. Still live. Just had a hiccup. Okay, good. Good. I see it. Great stuff. One last game to go. Jonathan Hernandez secures a strikeout. And that's big. Big time stuff. Does it against Tommy Troy in the 8th inning. We still got 71 people on here. That's unbelievable, chat. That's insane. All right, good. I can close the laptop. Now it's just the TV. I'm happy that OBS reconnected and it didn't just crash like it would on my laptop. That's good. One last game to go. What a night, man. What a crazy night. Kai Carlin just tweeted out, you really need to grab Wilt to have any shot at getting to 82-0. That's so funny. Boy, oh boy. Last game standing, and it's Dodgers and Diamondbacks. That Astros game was insane. Arizona only has 2 hits. Just 2 hits. A lot of the offense in this one came in the 2nd and 3rd inning. And that's really when the game was done. We had a lot of action at around like 10 o'clock all the way up until like 12 o'clock. 11:56. So it's Will Smith who's up to bat. He looks at strike one, and the 0-1 is outside for a ball. Boy, oh boy. The pitch to Smith. Line drive, base it out to center field. A leadoff single to start off the top of the 9th inning. And so there's a single by Will, and he gets on. And Shohei Ohtani is now in the hole, it looks like. The leadoff man is aboard. What we could do is we could just sync this up here. And that's what we'll do right now. Anybody have any more bets left in this game, or anybody on fantasy in this Dodgers Diamondbacks game? Let us know down below. We got a runner over at first in the top of the 9th inning. And Alex Call, it's his turn. He's facing Thompson. And the first pitch is skied over towards shallow right field. The catch will be made by Ildemaro Vargas. And that is in plenty of time for the first out. Man. We're going to sleep good after this. I still got to cut some highlights, though, of Christopher Sanchez. And now I'm going to do it. But we'll do it. Then we got a 105 game tomorrow. Here's Freeland. The pitch. It's in there for a strike. Tomorrow we're just doing one game, though. So, it's just going to be the Phillies game. 0-1 is the count. Top of the 9th. 1 out. Runner over at first. And the pitch. And that is down for ball 1. The run differential in their first 60 games, the Dodgers, this season is at plus 126. Ridiculous. The pitch. Now it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Two and one, top of the ninth. One man out. And the pitch fouled off towards the right side. Dave Roberts has the third best winning percentage by manager with a single team. Joe McCarthy is number 1. Casey Stengel is number 2. And he's number 3. His win percentage is at .622. 2-2 pitch. Fouled away. It's pretty good company. The Dodgers have provided 14 hits in this game. They lead it 7-0 in the top of the 9th inning. Two balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 9th. The pitch. Line drive. Foul ball. That Angels game finished early. That game got started at 9:38. That was like, what, a 2-hour, 45-minute game or something? Two balls, 2 strikes. Thompson rocks and deals. That's going to be grounded foul towards the right side. Ohtani is up next. Alvarez hit his 12th 4-hit game of his career. 2-2 pitch, line drive, and another base hit out to left center field. Smith will stop over at second, and Freeland gets on again. The bottom of the order for the Dodgers has been doing damage, and that'll flip the lineup card again for Shohei Ohtani. Shohei is 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, a pair of walks, and also a run scored as well. 7-zip LA. Runners at first and second. Thompson on the bump versus Ohtani right here. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. 1 out, and the pitch to Shohei Ohtani is on the inside corner for a called strike. Shohei's stat line today has been ridiculously good. Pitching-wise, he went 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. And this time he's going to get a single out over to right field. That'll drop in for a base hit, and bases are now loaded. Ohtani at the plate is now 3 for 4 with 2 walks and a run scored. This guy has gotten on base today 5 times. Meanwhile, he has struck out 6 batters and gave up no runs in 6 innings. Who else does this? It's just Shohei. And he also broke his bat and just lined a single out to right. That is funny. Looks like a timeout is taken. Andy Pages will come on up to the plate again with the bases loaded in the top of the 9th with 1 out. And the pitch That is outside for ball one. The pitch. And that is down for ball two. Andre says he is the GOAT. I'm sorry, not sorry. No one can compete. I say that so respectfully, and he's so humble. Ridiculous. He's hitting .301, and he also has a .74 ERA. Unbelievable. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Pages, and that's in there for strike 2. I wonder if he's going to challenge this. He is. Looked like it was a strike. It smelled like it was a strike. And ABS says that it was a strike. It also tasted like it was a strike, too. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Andy Pages. Thompson fires, and it's in the dirt for ball 3. It is 93 degrees out in Arizona right now. Up next is Freeman. Guys, see that today that Simeon Woods Richardson was acquired, and Jose Barrios. Actually, wait, sorry. Simeon Woods Richardson was acquired by the Toronto Blue Jays. They traded him for cash. The pitch. That's a foul ball. How does a strike taste, JJ? Tell us. You know what it tastes like? Sometimes it tastes like it's a turkey if you bowl. It's a terrible dad joke. But it's all good. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and there's out number 2. That was ball 4, and Pages swung at it anyway as it was inside. So if you have Andy Pages in fantasy, he just struck out for you. Probably didn't taste so good if you have him in fantasy. And Torey Lovullo is going to make another move here. And that is going to do it for Thompson. Oh, this game is just dreading. It's like that one game where it's just like not even close. It's almost the 4-hour, it's almost the 3-hour marker for this game. This game got started at 9:40. Tomorrow's schedule for baseball, we'll go over that right now. The schedule for baseball tomorrow will be as follows. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's make sure that we get this up and running. Not this. This. Okay. So this is what the schedule looks like for tomorrow. So you got the Padres taking on the Phillies. That game is going to be at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. You also are going to have the Baltimore Orioles taking on the Boston Red Sox, and that game will begin at 1:35 p.m. Eastern Time. This is what it looks like, chat. Following that game, you got the Giants and the Brewers at 2:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Hauser is pitching against Crow. And then it'll be the Guardians and the Yankees playing at 1:35 out in New York. The Blue Jays played the Braves at 7:15. The Royals played the Twins at 7:40. The A's will also be in Chicago at 8:05 to wrap up their series, I believe. And the Pirates play the Astros again at 8:10. And the Dodgers played the Diamondbacks at 9:40. So there's baseball throughout all afternoon and all evening, or all night, I should say. Okay, and so that is what things look like for tomorrow. Jonathan Loaisia's going to pitch. And the first pitch to Freddie Freeman is for ball 1. Freddie with the bases juiced. 2 for 5 tonight. Not with the bases loaded all those times. He's just 2 for 5, and he has bases loaded right now. Pitch is taken for a called strike. It's 1-1 to Freddie. The pitch. That's going to be called strike 2. It's at 95 miles per hour. It's funny, Eric Fetty pitched today for the Chicago White Sox, and this guy, who has a very high ERA, in his career against the Twins, his ERA is at like a .47, a .96 ERA, which is still really good. It's just so odd. 2-2 to Freddie Freeman. And the pitch, swing and a miss. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Last chance for the Snakes. 7-0 Dodgers. Perdomo, Carroll, and Marino are going to come on up to the plate for Arizona. And that's that. Tomorrow for the Phillies, it'll be Wheeler facing Lucas Giolito. How many hours did we do today? I think we did 9 hours today. But then again, we got one game tomorrow. We're not doing any on Friday. And we got one game on Saturday. We're not doing any on Friday because we're going to the Phillies game. And then Sunday we got a doubleheader. We're doing the Phillies game on Sunday. And then we're doing the Cubs game on Sunday night baseball. That'll be at 8:30. Cubs play the Giants. That should be a good series. Ugh. That'll be good. I am going out on Saturday night. That'll be fun. Definitely got to do that for sure. Did Grassi drop his new video yet? Let's see. Did Grassi drop his new video? I don't think he did. Oh yeah, he did. He did jump off a building. Wow, he did it? Oh my gosh. How did he do that? And he's filming it? What the heck? Oh, he had a drone follow him or something. That's still so cool. Good for him. Here's Geraldo Perdomo. And we start off the bottom of the 9th, and the first pitch is taken for ball 1. This is Jack Dreyer pitching. And the 1-0 is grounded over to third. And the throw over to first is in plenty of time. And there's one away in the bottom of the 9th inning. How you doing, JJ? Tired. Streamed today for 9 hours. That's a long day. And we'll sleep well tonight. We do have to cut a couple of shorts, though. We should cut a couple of shorts, I should say. Here is Corbin Carroll. And the pitch is up high for a ball. And I should make my thumbnails for tomorrow. My thumbnail for tomorrow. That won't take that long. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch fouled back over towards the screen. How you doing, though, Chua? What's going on, man? 1 ball, 1 strike, bottom of the 9th. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 1-1 is grounded over towards second. Freeland picks it up, throws it over to first. And there's 2 away in the bottom of the 9th inning. One out in the final game of baseball. We called 6 games at once. Then it became 5. Then it became 4. Then it was 3. Then it was 2. And now it's 1. And here comes Marino. And the pitch. And that's in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to Gabriel Marino. The pitch. It's way up high for a ball. And the count is therefore 1-1 to Marino. The 1-1 pitch. There's strike 2. 1 more strike to go. One-two pitch on the way. Ground ball hit over to third base. It's bobbled, and the game is going to continue. Espinal misjudged it, and so, therefore, we have 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning still with a runner over at first base. That was a bad play there. So a big-time mistake. And it's Nolan Arenado's turn. Arenado is in the box. Dreyer has to get an extra out here. And Arenado looks at strike 1 down the pike. What's up, Brino? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you on here. Nolan's 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts. The pitch. That'll be in the dirt for a ball. That'll also get away from Will Smith. And so the runner, therefore, goes over to second with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. We'll be on tomorrow afternoon again at 1:05. That's the only stream that we're doing tomorrow. Phillies will wrap up their series against the Padres. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's to Nolan Arenado. And the 1-1 pitch. It's up high. Rhino, you here? We'll do it again. Two-one pitch. And there's a fly ball hit out over towards left field. It'll stay in the ballpark. And the catch is made. And the night of baseball is done as the Dodgers shut out the Arizona Diamondbacks by a final score of 7-0. Shohei Ohtani gets the win. Shohei Ohtani continues to dominate, and the Dodgers beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 7-0, and the game and the night of baseball are both over. Another one. Well, that was fun. Those last 2 games obviously were not close, but man, oh man, during that 10 o'clock hour, 11 o'clock hour, it was really something. First and foremost, that Cubs ending was ridiculous. We got to see that. They were up 4-2 going on into the top of the 8th inning, and the A's not only tied it back, but they took it to extras, and they won by a score of 5-4. Also during that mix, a lot of both those West Coast games had a lot of scoring early on, not as much later on in the games, in their respected games. But how about just the performance by the Houston Astros? That is going to go down as the best game of the day for baseball fans because that was bonkers. That was a 9-5 lead for the Pittsburgh Pirates going on into the bottom of the 8th inning. It was 8-5. Really, how it started was it was 2-0 Houston, then it was 4-2 Pittsburgh, and then it became 4-3. Then it was 5-3, and when they went to the 7th inning, at one point it was 8-3 before the bottom of the 7th. Then the Astros scored 2, making it 8-5, and then the Pirates made it 9-5 in the top of the 8th, and then the Astros came all the way back, and they won by a final score of 11-9, and Josh Hader got his first save of the season. Gregory Soto got the loss, and that game was bonkers. It was insane. The Cardinals-Cubs game also was interesting as well. 5-3 was the final score. The Texas Rangers had their chances. They just could not finish the job, and they couldn't get over the hump. And then, of course, we ended up watching at the very beginning of DiamondZone. We saw the very bitter end of that Giants shutout as they won 1-0 against the Milwaukee Brewers. Okay, I got a couple of shorts that I probably should edit. I have a thumbnail to make, and I probably should get some sleep. Get somewhat of a decent night's sleep. But anyhow, thank you all so much for joining me for another edition of MLB DiamondZone. I think that we're going to continue to go with this. I think that I like the style of using the 3D, and I also just like having the fact of, just calling the games, but making it so that way you just have to know like who the players are. I think that there's a market for that, for sure, and it's really cool. So, all right, that is going to wrap it up for me. I love you all very, very much, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out.